Hello, so today's video is going to be a chit chat get ready with me. My mouth is so dry, like so dry, because I just like took my makeup off. I may or may not have slept in my makeup last night. I did that, but yeah, we're going to do a chit chat get ready with me and talk about my labor. I need to put something on my face. We're gonna talk about my labor, so if you are interested in hearing my story and all that stuff, like the details, y'all see the vlog, which I didn't see the details. Let's get right in. Before I start talking, I'm gonna be using the Spackle Hydrating Moisturizing Under Makeup Primer from Laura Geller. This is really good. I got a lot. This is really good. I got this from, I think it was either TJ Maxx or Marshall's, one of those, and I think it was like $7 or $8, and it's really good. I'm not a huge primer person. I do see a lot of primers that like the big YouTubers use, but I don't know, I'm not a huge primer person. So, and I have like a little whatever. Yeah, so I'm just gonna moisturize my face because it was really dry. But yeah, so you guys seen the last video, which was my labor and delivery vlog. I took my hair out from the little twist. But yes, the last video was my labor and delivery vlog, and y'all went crazy on that video. I thank you guys so much for the support and the love, because, and also I'm not gonna really be naming the stuff that I'm gonna be using every time I use a product. I'm just gonna leave it all in the description bar below. But you guys gave me so much love, so much support in that video, and it just really made me like, it made me very happy. Like, I was real happy and excited, and like, oh, they was waiting on this video. Like, they was waiting to see my labor and delivery. And honestly, when I obviously had my baby, I was searching up so many different labor and delivery vlogs, because it's such a very personal situation. Like, everybody's labor and delivery is so different, and you're never really gonna have the same labor and delivery as anybody else. So that just is in itself so personal, and so like, it's your labor and delivery. Nobody has the same labor, nobody has the same doctor as you know what I'm saying, unless they live in the same area. But it was just very personal. So I was 38 weeks when, well, 37 weeks and 2 days, I mean in 5 days, when I had my daughter. And I was quite frankly just ready to, let me scoot this mirror over a little bit. I was quite frankly just ready to give birth, honestly. Put y'all right there. I was quite frankly ready to give birth. I had 2 more weeks left, and a lot of the time when this is your first child, you do go full term, unless, you know, for the most part, unless you have complications during your pregnancy, which I didn't have any complications in my pregnancy, thank God. You pretty much go full term. And for me, it was just like, I was very tired of being pregnant, which is, it's so funny to say now. I had a really bad back pain the last like 3 weeks of me being pregnant, and as y'all seen in the video, I went to the hospital, the emergency room, because I was having so much back pain, and my water didn't break. I was still, let me kind of explain. So when I was 37 weeks, I was 2 centimeters dilated when I came from the hospital. And that's after, like, that is when my back pain started for whatever reason. So I was telling my mom about it, like, I'm just having really bad back pain. Like, I don't know why my back hurts so bad. At 34 weeks, she was head down already. So she was in her position. She was ready. I was so grateful that she wasn't breached, because I prayed that I did not want to have a C-section. So all of you C-section moms out there, to endure your stomach getting cut open, and you guys are the MVPs, even though you don't really feel it. Well, some of you don't. That I just did not want to get my stomach cut open. I just didn't. I did not want to get my stomach cut open. So I was very thankful and blessed that she was not breached. And she was head down for like 4 weeks. And I was having so much back pain, so I was telling them, like, I was telling my doctor, like, I'm having so much back pain. What do I do? What can I do? So I ended up getting a heating pad. Me and my mom went to the store. We got a heating pad from Target. But, like, it would help a little bit. But the back pain just was not, it wouldn't go away. So after I went to the hospital, they turned me around. They was like, you're not any more dilated. I went to the hospital at 37 weeks. So yeah, 3 weeks later, I still was only, no, 2 weeks later, I was still only 2 centimeters dilated, did not dilate anymore, but I was 100% effaced, which my cervix was all the way thinned out, so there was like a clear path for her to come out, right? So I was upset, and I was like, you know what, I need to figure out a way to get this baby out. So I was looking up all the different little remedies on inducing your labor. I really didn't do any of them. I tried the raspberry leaf tea, and the only thing that worked for me was walking on the treadmill for like 20 minutes, right? Which is so funny because you're like, walking on the treadmill? Yes. Hold on. I walked on that treadmill like I was walking the last mile of a freaking marathon. Like, I was walking, I was listening to yeah, that does not look good. I was listening to Candy by Camo. Like, I was like, I'm finna walk this baby out. Like, and fast forwarding like an hour, my water broke at like 12:45 on October 15th. In my video I messed up and I put October 14th, but I meant October 15th. Okay, so yeah, my water broke on October 15th at 12:45, and my contractions completely started, and I had back pain. I mean, I had back labor. So all of my contractions were on the right side of my back, my lower back. And before I even went into labor, everybody was telling me, like, you're having too much back pain, you're probably gonna have back labor. And I'm like, oh, you know, no pains in my stomach, like, yay. Like, I was excited in a sense, because I'm like, I don't have to feel that that contraction in my stomach. Bish, when I tell you that back labor is, oh my God, like, people say that's the worst labor, because you're having back pain and then you just have it constantly after you give birth. After you have contractions in your stomach and you give birth, the contractions kind of disappear. Let me mysteriously put my concealer on and my powder, and I'll be right back. For concealer, I use the e.l.f. 16-hour Camo concealer, and I use the shade medium beige. That is what shade I use. But anyways, fast forwarding to the part that you guys really care about. So after my water broke at 12:45, we got to the hospital at like 1 o'clock, and then I was admitted. My water was confirmed that it broke. I was sitting in a pool of fast forward back to the house. So after I walked on the treadmill, I came upstairs, I laid down on the bed, and I was like, BJ, my back hurts so bad, can you rub my back? So he was rubbing my back for a while, and I heard like this popping sound, and I'm like, what the heck is that? So I get up and I start leaking. And I'm like, my water just broke. So as soon as that happened, I was having more extreme back pain. Not really thinking that I was in back like that I was having back labor. And then it will go away and I will come back. The funniest thing ever though, I was telling BJ, like, oh my God, I need to get some clothes. Like, please, I need to get out of these clothes and get into some new clothes, some more dry clothes, even though I messed up the dry clothes that I had just put on anyways. I'm using Airspun Coty face powder. Even though I had just messed up the clothes that I had put on anyways, it didn't really matter. The funniest thing ever though, he was like, I'm like, BJ, give me some clothes. This man starts pulling clothes out the dirty clothes, but I'm like, oh, you nervous? All right, got you. I got you. We're both nervous. Because I was like, BJ, you know, my water breaks. I need you to record. You know, he was nervous. It's all right. But yeah, fast forward to the hospital. My water was confirmed that it broke. I had the best nurse ever, that nurse that y'all seen that was talking to me when I was on the medicine ball. She was phenomenal. Like, I loved her so much. And I was so mad because they had a shift change. And she left and she didn't deliver my baby or help deliver my baby. But she came back and see me, which was the sweetest thing ever. Like, I would never expect anybody to do that ever. But yeah, I got admitted. And then I did not want to have the epidural. I put too much powder on. I did not want to have the epidural whatsoever. Like, I did not want to have it. Might as well stack it up on this side too. I'm just taking a brush from BH Cosmetics. I freaking love BH Cosmetics brushes. I think they are the best brush for the price. The quality is great for the price. And I love them. The color that I used in that Airspun Coty face powder was naturally neutral. And I used to use this face powder all the freaking time, and then I stopped using it for some reason. And I tried all these other face powders out, and this is probably my favorite face powder of life. The smell is strong, but the quality in the product is amazing. So I just kind of deal with it, right? Like, look at that. That is freaking beautiful. And I take a little bit of what's on the back of the brush, or the little cap, and I lightly kind of like softly brush and stipple it on the rest of my face like that. It's real softly, and the way that I feel if I have enough powder on, it feels like velvet. If it's sticky, that means I don't have enough powder on, for me at least. And that is the base makeup. So I'm going to go off camera really quickly and do my brows. What I'm using for my brows, I'm using the Kat Von D Shade and Lights eyeshadow palette. And I'm using that brown shade right there. I have my little brow gel, the Great Lash Clear Brow Gel. Never going to stop using that. And I am using a Anastasia Beverly Hills brow brush. So, brows on. So for my eyes, I do something super simple. I do not do a lot of eyeshadow. This is kind of like my everyday look, whatever. Anyways, I keep forgetting what I just talked about, but I got to the hospital at like 1 o'clock in the morning, and then like I said, I was in back labor, so that was probably one of the worst pains I've ever experienced in my life. Would I do it again? Absolutely, because I have never felt this type of love before. It's just like a totally different feeling when you give birth to a child. Like, you are so freaking sensitive all the time. I be watching TV and I be like, why am I finna cry? Like, why am I really about to cry right now? That's my life. I'm so freaking sensitive all the time. Irritating. For eyeshadow, I'm gonna use the Tarte Lit in Bloom palette, and we're just gonna go into the shade Rebel, which is, you see guys, we're gonna go into the shade Rebel, which is that color right there. We're just gonna put that all over the lid. That's honestly what I've been doing. But giving birth to a child is like, it's something serious. Like, you honestly, you don't know what love is until you have a child. Like, people would say that to me all the time, and I'd be like, what y'all talking about? Like, what do you mean? And then you have a child and you're like, oh, got you. I got you. Like, I understand. And that's honestly what it's been for me. Like, for one, I'm so sensitive all the time, which is quite annoying. Everything makes me want to cry. But having a child just gives you a different perspective on life. Like, you're so conscious about, ooh, my face is oily. You're so conscious about everything that has to do with your baby. Like, you don't want nobody to touch your baby that don't have clean hands. You don't want your baby to get sick. You're just so protective over what's yours, because that is your child. I birthed that child. That child came out of me. Nobody else. Like, nobody else possible that she came out of. And it's just like, oh, okay, got y'all. I understand. But I was in labor for 16 hours, right? I was in labor for 16 hours. I did not want to get the epidural. They gave me some other medicine that kind of calmed the contractions down. They did not give me the epidural. So when they gave me that medicine that kind of calmed my contractions down, my contractions began to get lighter and they began to spread out farther apart. I actually went to sleep. Yeah, I went to sleep with the medicine that they gave me. It kind of just like calm the contractions down too much. So they gave me this medicine called Pitocin when I was in labor. I think I was in labor at this point for 11 hours. And they gave me this medicine called Pitocin, and this freaking medicine it's from hell. The medicine is from hell. I'm just be honest with y'all. The medicine was made and designed to make you have stronger contractions. So when they gave me this medicine, I lost it. BJ's auntie came in the hospital and she was trying to talk to me, and I'm just like I couldn't do it. I could not. And I cried when I told them that I had to get the epidural because I couldn't take it. Like, I could not take the pain after they gave me the Pitocin. Like, I was just like, I was delirious. The pain medicine in the epidural makes you really shaking. You're shivering, and it's not cold. You're just like you're shivering. You're shaking. Like, it makes you shiver and shake. That's what I didn't like. That's all my eyeshadow that I do. That's what I didn't like after that. After they gave me the medicine, it made me so shivery, shaky, so just like, I hated that shivering feeling. Even after you give birth, you're still just kind of like that. I'm just dropping everything. That crap is from the devil, okay? From the devil. I don't even think I told y'all who was in the hospital room with me. So the people that were in the hospital room with me were BJ, obviously my husband, was my mom, well, my parents, my little sister, and then BJ's mom and BJ's grandmother. So that was who was in the hospital. I'm just gonna actually put I'm gonna put Rebel on my bottom lash line as well. But yeah, that's who was in the hospital with me, was my parents, BJ's mom, BJ's grandmother, for all 16 hours. Yep, that's who was in the hospital with me. But yeah, I was given the Pitocin at like 11 hours, and I probably took that for like an hour. I cried when I told them that I had to get the epidural, and the epidural only worked for me on my right side of my body. I was leaning on my side. They gave me this peanut ball to open up my cervix, and that I don't know, because I was laying on my right side, all of the medicine went to my right. So I felt all of the contractions still, all of the pain on the left side of my body. The only thing I can say about that is when I told them that I was still feeling pain, they gave me another dosage of the epidural, and that didn't work either. So I still felt all of the pain on the right side of my body. Good thing is, when you only feel pain on one side, it makes it easier to kind of endure it. So yeah. And another thing is, it made it easier when it was time for me to push. So I would say that the peanut ball did help when it came to opening me up and making me dilate more, because I was stuck at like 5 centimeters for like hours, like at least 7 or 8 hours. I was stuck on 5 centimeters, and then I went to 6, and then I would jump to 10, and that was because I was using the peanut ball, and it was just like in between my legs, and it was just sitting there. But I still felt all the pain on my left side of my body. So that was interesting. I told a lot of people, and they were like, what? Yes, all of the pain was still on, ooh, wrong shade. All of the pain was still on the left side of my body. So it made it better, because when it was time to push, I felt when I was having a contraction. A lot of the times people said when you do have an epidural, you don't feel anything, so they have to tell you to push. They have to tell you when you're having a contraction. Me, I felt it, so it made pushing a lot easier because I still felt that crap on the left side. When I mean I felt it, I felt the contractions because I was having back pain or back labor. So I felt the contraction happening. I didn't feel myself pushing, but I felt the contraction happening. So it made pushing easier because I could tell them when I was having a contraction. So I didn't have to wait. I didn't have to wait for them to tell me when to push because I felt when to push, if that makes any sense. So yeah, and I was in, if I drop another freaking brush, I was in labor for 16 hours and I pushed the baby out in 35 minutes. I feel like I'm all over the place because I'm trying to make sure I don't forget any information, trying to make sure I don't miss any key whatevers. I just want to make sure. I feel like I'm just like all over the place right now. I feel like I'm all over the place right now. I think I'll do that one. That's pretty. I want my face to be really bronzy today, like super bronzy, super pretty, super glowy, and just like lustrous looking. Yeah, I think I want it to look like that. And I'm trying to make sure I don't drop all of this stuff that's on my desk right now. Hold on. There we go. I'm not a huge face contour person, so I do the bare minimum when it comes to that stuff. I'm using the Bronze Me Please or Bronze Please by L'Oreal. But yeah, I pushed her out in 35 minutes. I'm like, girl, get out of my stomach. Pushed her out in 35 minutes, was in labor for 16. I'm like, gee, I am not about to be in labor for all of these hours and then have to push even longer. So yeah, I pushed her out in 35 minutes and I was bawling my little eyes out per normal, per usual. Me and my mom were both like, I'm like, we too funny. Oh, that's so pretty. I love this. Love this bronzer. I may hit pan like never because look how much is in this freaking thing. It's just like the prettiest color to me. Like it's so pretty. The little like golden reflex does bring a little texture to your face, so you do have to be mindful of that. If I want more, I'll just stipple instead of doing that motion. But it's just the prettiest thing ever. But yeah, I pushed her out in 35 minutes. When it comes down to my recovery, I'll talk about that in the next video. But yeah, I had the most supportive people in the room with me. My mom was holding my hand. My nurse said when you have back labor, it's easier to push in the area that you're having the contraction in, because it kind of like lifts her off of my pelvic bone, is why I was having back labor, because the way she was laying, or the way she was, she was head down, but it was twisted, not twisted, like it wasn't, she was twisted around, if that makes any sense at all. So she was pushing up against my pelvic bone, which pushed it in the back of my back, which caused me to have back labor. And that also kind of goes into my post-recovery. BJ hates when I say postpartum because he thinks of it negatively. But that goes into my recovery video I'll talk about in the literal next video. When I did tear. And I'll talk about that in that video. But yeah. It wasn't necessarily the longest video because I really didn't have a lot going on. I got admitted. I was in pain. A lot of people came up to see me at the hospital though, which was nice. Look at that face. Oh, this is just so freaking pretty to me. I can just like pile this on for hours. Hours, darling, hours. Oh, I have a freaking booger in my nose. Okay. Ooh, I love it. Ooh, I love it. Okay. At this point, I'm just trying to hurry up because I'm starving. I'm starving as hell. Blush. I don't want blush on right now. There's nothing in there. This video, y'all don't even want to know. You don't even want to know. My makeup looks so pretty though. I just went into like this bronzy mauve-y shades recently. I'm using the BH Cosmetics blush palette, the classic blush, and y'all already know what color I'm using. Yeah, that color. But yeah, my labor and delivery process was not bad. I had the most amazing support system of life. Like, they were amazing. Like I said, BJ was pushing in the area that I was having I don't know what just fell. BJ was pushing in the area that I was having my contractions. My mom was holding my hand. BJ's mom and his grandma were switching off and rubbing my freaking legs. Like, they were bomb for doing that too. My dad and y'all see what my sister Gabby was doing, and my dad was walking in and out because he couldn't deal with me and being in pain. So that was that. Amazing support system. Amazing support system. I couldn't have asked for a better team to be in the room with me. Like, all of them were amazing. It wasn't loud and quiet. I mean, it wasn't loud and too much talking in there. Like, I didn't want a lot of talking to be happening. Not talking, like a lot of noise, because that brings more anxiety for me personally. So I didn't want a lot of talking. I didn't want a lot of going on. Like, you know, if you're on the phone, walk out. You know, I'm just one of those people, like, I needed to be quiet. I was playing soft rain music because that's what helps me. And yeah, it was just the most peaceful kind of labor and delivery room ever for me. Like, that's what I needed. I needed it to be really peaceful in the room. I needed it to be just real chill, mellow type of situation, because I couldn't deal with the loudness. Like, I couldn't deal with that. I couldn't deal with the loud talking. I couldn't deal with all of that stuff. So it was just the most amazing support system ever, and I just love everybody for it. So yeah, I'm putting on Mehr by Mac. However you pronounce it, M-E-H-R. Mehr. All over my lips, which is like my lips but better kind of color for me. I need inner corner highlight. I'm gonna take that same highlighter with my finger. Bam. And then we're gonna be taking a just regular brown lipstick, or like nude lipstick. Literally like that. I just want it to be a little bit more nude. And then I'm gonna be putting on a little, ooh, my nose itches, a little mascara. And that is the literal makeup look right there. I normally would have like some type of clip, just kind of like pulling my hair back even more, so it's like this. You know what I'm saying? Cuter, but now it's just like not like that. Anyways, I thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the I hope you enjoyed the video and the makeup look, something super simple and easy. Also, I hope you enjoyed the information and the postpartum labor and delivery talk through chit chat, get ready with me type of situation. Get ready with me as I go make my lunch downstairs and hold my baby, because that's what I'm about to do. But if you did enjoy it, please give the video a big thumbs up. Let me know if you are interested in seeing the postpartum video as far as what you need for postpartum recovery vaginal delivery, or if you didn't have vaginal, you have C-section, you just want to know what I used to recover, then let me know and give me a big thumbs up. And also leave me a comment. I want to talk to y'all, so let me know what you want to see. Yeah, I want to talk, so leave your comments down below and I want to hear your feedback. Also, make sure you hit that notification bell so you will be notified every time I post a video. Oh, that's so pretty. Every time I post a video, and also share this video, it helps me out a lot. And if that is all, and if you guys are, I don't know what I'm saying, and if that is all, dun dun dun, and if you are interested in seeing more videos of me, I don't know what I'm saying. If that is all, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.